Morning. My name is Kevin Wagner. I'm going to be the Code Enforcement Special Magistrate for today's hearing. I wanted to begin by explaining a little bit about how the process is going to work. I generally hear building cases first on the agenda, then the city will call the cases in the order in which they appear on the agenda. If you have appeared at today's hearing, your case will be called before those cases where no one has appeared. But that is only true if you have signed in. So if you have not signed in, please check with one of the officers in the back of the room. Once your case is called, I ask that you come down to the podium on my right-hand side, which is right over there. The city will put on its testimony and evidence first, after which time you'll be given an opportunity to ask any questions of any of the city's witnesses or to review any of the evidence, and then you'll be given a chance to tell me anything you'd like me to know, present any testimony that you have or any evidence that you have. This is a quasi-judicial hearing, but all testimony and evidence is taken under oath. After I receive it, I will make a ruling, either today or in the next few days. If you have any questions as we go through the process, please feel free to ask them. This is not meant to be a formal courtroom. The formal rules of evidence do not apply here, although all testimony is taken under oath. So if you're going to testify or you think you might testify, or there's a possibility that you might testify, would you please raise your right hand and be sworn in. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give will be truthful and accurate under penalty of perjury under the laws of the state of Florida? Please be seated. City can call their first case.
First case, number 1 on the agenda, 849 Briggs Street, CE 21050241, number 1, 849 Briggs Street.
849? Did you say 849?
Yes.
Thank you. 849 Briggs Street.
Good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Tim Large. I'm Chief Plumbing Inspector for the City of West Palm Beach. This property was initially cited on May 18th of 2021 for alterations to front and rear structures without the benefit of permits or inspections. The rear structure was listed in the property appraiser's website as a utility building. It appears to be converted into an apartment. There was plumbing work installed, electrical work that was done in the rear. The front structure, carport, was enclosed without permits. New windows were installed, doors were installed, all without the benefit of permits and inspections. We had proper service, through certified mail return receipt and also by posting of the property. The city is requesting that all permits be obtained for the work within 45 days, or because of the extensive violations that are there, face a $250 a day fine.
Sir, can you tell me your name, please?
Feldman.
And are you the owner of the property, sir?
It's in my son's name, but I manage the property.
Go ahead, sir.
I want to know from Mr. Large that he actually go out to the property.
Yes, sir, I'm the one that took the pictures.
And how did you come about to go out to that property?
I've received a complaint from the tenant that was living in the rear structure. She gave me access to the property.
And did you know that she was going through Palm Beach County being evicted?
For what?
She was being evicted through Palm Beach County.
That has nothing to do with my
That's
investigation.
with me, because she lived there for 7 years and it was never a problem until she was evicted, and then she called you, and she also called code enforcement.
And when I went out there, I did the investigation. I looked in our records. There was no record of any work being done. I obviously cited it for the new windows, the new doors, the tankless water heater, the new electric. The utility building was,
The utility building was there when I purchased the place. It's 60 years old, and the windows and doors were there when I bought the place, and I checked for violations before I bought the place, and there was no active permit or any violations on the property. That's why I bought it.
Correct.
With title company. So all that stuff was done. Yes, I put the tankless water heater in. I admit to that, and the garage itself, I enclosed it with plywood. You still have the actual
carport.
garage floor. Okay.
the carport was enclosed without permits or
Yes, it
inspections.
was. That's right. I put T111 around it, but the garage floor is there. There's no plumbing done to that property over there. And then back, the plumbing was already done. Okay, I didn't do any of the plumbing. The only thing that was, she was complaining about the lift station. And I went ahead and bought something from Home Depot and to find out it was a fuse because she would never let me enter the property. I couldn't get in to do renovations. If you looked inside, you'll see that it was in mint condition. Everything was still there when I bought it. So, but I'm willing to convert it back into a shed and take out whatever's there. For that, as far as the garage, I'm willing to take off the garage and put it back to a carport. And I'm willing to, as far as the windows are there, we could have, I could pull a permit for that, and, you know, you could come out and investigate that, and you see it's all done.
Any work that would be removed to bring the property back to its original construction would also require demolition permits in order to do that work. In order to remove the unpermitted work, demolition permits would be required to return it back to its original state, if that's the intent.
We're talking about for demolition, for what? For the garage, to take down the plywood?
Yes, sir. I don't know what else was done in there.
That's it, it's just plywood, it's T111 on top of
And
studs.
if you're going to return the rear structure back to a utility shed,
Yeah.
the plumbing has to be removed because there's no record of any permits for that. The lift station has to be removed. The electric has to be removed. All that has to be removed and put back in a safe condition. So in order to make sure that it's done in a safe condition, demolition permits would be required.
No problem. I want 90 days, not 45.
Well, just as an aside to this,
The permits that you...
additional work has been done on the rear structure without the benefit of permits, and that was also cited. There's been no forward progress made on this. Nothing's been submitted. I spoke to Mr. Feldman, I believe his son, on June 15th, and I agreed to give him a 30-day extension at that time because he said he was going to move forward to get the permits. Nothing's been done, nothing's been submitted to date.
Prior to that, I got cited by code enforcement, and I took care of their problems. He's here today, Richard, so I had to take care of his problems too. And we're still in a pandemic, and there's nobody around that could be hired. It's a boom going on. Everybody from up north is buying everything up here, and you can't get anybody out here to get this. I'm waiting 11 weeks for the city of Lake Worth for my own house to run a gas line. So it takes time. If Mr. Large is going to expedite this situation, get my permits sooner than anybody else, we move ahead and do what we got to do.
Inspector Large,
As far
what's
as
your opinion on
anything
the... Hold on one second, sir. What's your opinion on the time frame? You asked for 45, he wants 90.
Well, I had 30 days from the initial violation, nothing was done. I gave him an additional 30 days, nothing was done. We're already at 60 days. I'm offering 45 days. The reason for that is because no good faith has been shown, no forward progress has been shown, nothing has been submitted. I've had no further correspondence with Mr. Feldman since June 15th of this year. So, and then additionally, the
Putting that
property getting
aside-
cited again, I just,
Yeah, just putting that aside for a second, I have to give him a reasonable time to bring this into compliance regardless of what happened before. So the question for me is, can he accomplish what you're asking him to accomplish in 45 days?
I think that would be tight.
That's right.
What would be a reasonable amount of time if he were to start tomorrow to get this done? What would be a reasonable amount of time for him to get this done?
It depends on what direction he's going to go. If he's going to remove this stuff and return it to its original condition, the demo permits, they usually don't take that long. I would say he could probably do that within 60 days. If he's looking to keep the windows and the doors, it may take a little bit longer.
What are you looking to
Keeping
do,
the
sir?
windows and the doors, and, you know, I wanted 90 days, but I was at his office last week. He wasn't there. I was there last Wednesday, and I spoke to the plumbing inspector, Mr. Crespo. So, you know, I'm trying to make
Look,
the attempt. and
it's not helpful for me to go back and
As far
forth.
as
I'm
them
just trying
posting
to
anything
figure
on the
out.
house, the people who rent the house, they took it off the wall. I didn't
Okay,
get
so
notified
the
by mail.
question for me is, it's pretty clear that there needs to be permits here. The question for me is just trying to come up with a time frame. If he were going to try and get the stuff that, like the windows and doors permitted, how much time would he need?
I think 90 days would be adequate.
All right, sir, I'm going to give you your 90 days.
All right. Now, if I get
But
it
you
done
got-
sooner, I'll contact Mr. Lars's office, and we can go from there.
All right, in case CE 2105024 I make the following findings of fact on law. I find notice is sufficient. I find the property in violation of the listed code sections Responded as 90 days to bring the property in compliance or a fine of up to $200 per day may issue.
I want to
Good
know
luck. I
also
hope you
from
get it done.
Mr. Large, what are the proper screws for a stick structure for the windows?
Pardon me?
The proper screws for impact windows for a
Sir.
stick structure?
Gentlemen, can
Sir,
you take
can
the
we do this
conversation outside?
offline?
Yep.
Sir, we need to move on to the next case.
Excuse
Could you
me,
talk to the
Mr.
inspector
Magistrate, what was
outside
the
of the forum?
fine?
200.
200?
Yep.
Sir, we're moving on to the next case.
Thank
If you
you.
have questions for the
Thank you.
inspector,
Here's a
could
copy
you
of your
talk to him
order.
outside the forum?
There's no fine unless it's not complied.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Number 2944 Ortega Road, CE 21050387. Number 2944 Ortega Road.
Good morning. My name is Richard Burnell, building inspector with the City of West Palm Beach. This in reference to 244 Ortega. Violation was posted 28 April 2021. Affidavit was posted 2 July 2021. Certified mail was sent 22 June 2021. It was received on 2nd of July at 2/21, and it was actually sent back. And I believe that was 14 July. So it was received and then sent back. Work without a permit. Hold on 1 second. Outdoor kitchen installed, sunroom, windows, fence. All these were done without a permit. No inspections. My recommendation is $100 a day fine.
Days are you willing to give them?
Excuse me?
How many days before the
30
fine?
days.
30 days. You said that the certified mail was, you said that the certified mail was received and then,
It was received and it was sent back to send it.
okay, and was the property posted?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm sorry, for the record, you posted the property, sir?
Excuse me?
You posted the property?
Yeah, one of the chief posted it.
Sounds like a lot of permits to get. Do you think they can accomplish this within 60 days? I mean, within 30 days?
I mean,
that
as
you're
far as
asking?
correspondence with, as far as I can tell on the notes here, that they had no response at all.
But if they started, say they got my order that said they had to come into compliance, if they started the moment they got the order, could they get that done within 30 days?
As far as I can tell, yes.
Inspector Conrad, what I'm trying to avoid is the situation where I give them an order that they cannot comply with. And if they need building, electrical, plumbing, they can get all those permits within 30 days. Kitchen work, required permits?
You know, I would probably more. I can probably go up to 60. This is only because we had no response since April, since this thing was posted,
Yeah,
so.
I mean, I'm sympathetic to the notion that they haven't responded, and so you want to be a little tighter on the deadlines, but I'm still required by law to give them enough time so that they have enough time to comply. Otherwise, I would just, be fining them for not responding. And under the law, I'm required to give them a sufficiently reasonable amount of time so that they have an ability to comply, right? All right, so I'll give them the 60 days in case CE 2105037 to make the following findings of fact and law. If I notice is sufficient to find the property in violation of the listed code sections, responded at 60 days to come to compliance or a fine of $100 per day may issue.
Number 5, 6123 Wildcat Run, CE 201208283. Number 5, 6123 Wildcat Run.
Again, Richard Burnell, Building Department, City of West Palm Beach. Original violation was posted 25 November of 2020. Reinspection was the 2nd of April 2021. Certified mail was sent on 22 June 2021. It was received on the 3rd of July 2021. Work done without a permit. This was extensive renovations done to the back of the house. I guess they were redoing the balcony. Since then, again, there's no response. Again, we can, this is April last year. I can recommend 60 days to comply with the permit process, or $100 a day fine.
Sir, can you tell me your name, please?
Alan Luckner.
I'm sorry, Adam,
Alan, A-L-A-N, L-U-C-K-N-E-R.
and your last name, sir?
L-U-C-K-N-E-R.
Luckner, are you the owner of the property, sir?
It's in an LLC.
What is your position with REO Properties LLC?
I'm a member.
Are you here on behalf of the LLC?
Pardon?
Are you here on behalf of the LLC?
Yes,
Do the other members know that you're representing them here today?
yes.
Go ahead.
We have our permits, we just secured them. I have a copy of them right here. Okay, I'd like a 120-day extension so I can clean up what needs to be cleaned up and move in the right direction and get this all taken care of.
Can you show the inspector the documents that you just...
Absolutely. We're waiting now for a COC. After that, we're good to go.
Okay. That's fine, I agree with that.
120 days?
120 days. Afterwards, it'd be a $100 a day fine.
All right, Mr. Luckner, I'll give you and REO Properties your 120 days. In case CE 201208283, I make the following findings of fact and law. I find notice is sufficient. Find the property in violation of the listed code sections. Respondent has 120 days to bring the property in compliance, or a fine of up to $100 per day may issue. Good luck.
Thank you.
You want these back?
That'd be nice.
Number 6, 726 Forest Hill Boulevard, CE 210300412. Number 6, 726 Forest Hill Boulevard.
Again, Richard Burnell, Building Inspector, West Palm Beach. In reference to 726 Forest Hill, violation notice was posted 25 June 2021. Certified mail, 22 June 2021, was delivered on 1 July 2021. Work without a permit. Also required inspections. I guess it'd be 60 days to comply, or $100 a day permit. $100 a day fine.
Sir, can you tell me your name, please?
Yes, Leonardo Farias.
I'm sorry, one more time, a little slower.
Leonardo Farias.
Leonardo Ferries.
Mm-hmm.
And what is your position with the respondent owner, FYR, SFR, borrower,
So
LLC?
maintenance manager.
You're the manager?
Maintenance manager, yes, sir.
You're the property manager,
Yes, for the property.
maintenance manager. Does the city have any objections?
Mr. Ferris, who knows that you're here representing the LLC?
I have a power of attorney with my name on it, in case you guys need it.
I'm so sorry.
I have a power of attorney in case you guys need it.
Can we see?
Sure.
Would you just give me a moment, please, to look at it?
Go ahead, sir. Tell me what you'd like me to know.
I would like to have 120 days due to the fact that we have a bunch of permits to apply for.
Well,
Plumbing, electrical,
Can I,
structure.
I need to interrupt because I need to take a look at it because it doesn't appear to be a power of attorney for FYR, SFR borrower.
All the companies, it's listed on one of the page.
This was a shed and a fence that was put up.
Hold on
I
one
think-
second.
Mr. Brunel, can we wait just a moment?
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay, there it is. Thank you. Go ahead. Thank you.
Yeah, this was a shed and a fence that was put up, so I think 60 days is appropriate for obtaining a permit for that.
Sir, why do you need more than 60 days for a shed and a fence?
Well, the shed, it's more complicated than we kind of thought at the beginning. We have electrical, we have AC that's installed, and we have a slab that it's going to have to be removed. We need to get a survey for the property also for the fence and call for all the inspections. I think we're going to be a little tight to comply with all these requests. If you guys can at least 90 days, just to be safe.
You know what, I think 60 days is appropriate.
I'm feeling generous today. I'll give you the 90 days, but I'm going to raise the fine to $200 per day, so you got to get it done. Okay, CE 210304112, I make the following findings of fact and law. I find notice is sufficient. I find the property in violation of 105.1 and 110.3. Respondent has 90 days to come to compliance, or a fine of up to $200 per day may issue. So you got your time, but you got to get it done.
Thank you, sir.
Special magistrate, if you would just take into evidence the power of attorney that
yeah.
the respondent submitted.
I'll accept in evidence the power of attorney document.
Sir?
Thank you.
Case number 43501 Windsor Avenue, number 2, CE 210400593.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Frank G. Quinto. I'm an electrical inspector for the city of West Palm Beach. This is in regards to 3501 Windsor Avenue, unit number 2. We received a complaint from the tenant that she was being shocked when she touched various appliances in the apartment. I went out to do an inspection with a no-contact voltage tester. I poked around to a couple different appliances. I found no voltage. Then I went to inspect the service. And upon inspection, there's a minimum of 2 grounds that are required at the service, ground rods. They only have 1, and the bond screw is stripped in disconnect number 2, so it needs a new main bonding jumper. It's a shock hazard. There's no ground fault path. I issued the correction notice on 4/28/21. The notice of violation was mailed on 6/30/21. The date delivered was 7/2/21. The re-inspection date was performed on 7/19/21. It was posted on 7/14/21, and the city is requesting a $50 a day fine in 30 days.
Which number is this?
4.
Is anyone here on behalf of the respondent? You said 30 days or $50 per day is what you're requesting?
Yes, sir. It's less than 4 hours to complete the work needed, and it's a simple repair permit, could easily be obtained in 2 weeks or less.
Do we have anyone signed in on this one?
No.
No, okay.
I previously spoke with the owner, and he said he was going to take care of it, and that was over a month ago, 2 months ago. I spoke to him shortly after I wrote the correction notice. So they are aware of it. They received it certified mail. It has been posted at the property. And due to the fact that it's a shock hazard and the tenant claims she's being shocked, I feel that it's a just request.
All right, in case CE 210400593, I make the following findings of fact and law. I find notice is sufficient to find the property in violation of 101.4. Respondent has 30 days to bring the property in compliance or fine of $50 per day. May I issue?
Thank you.
Number 16, 419 Churchill Road, E CE 2106066. Number 16, 419 Churchill Road.
Good morning. Richard Pazmino, City of West Palm Beach Code Enforcement. This property was posted, was cited 6/10/2021. Certified mail was sent 6/11/2021, and the property and City Hall were posted 6/30/2021. This property was cited for 18103B, repair roof, walls, and foundation, 18103E, external doors and windows. There were multiple windows boarded at the property. 18106G, exterior paint, and 94302-A-4, fence wall maintenance. I spoke to the owner, Brian, who I believe is here today. He requested extra time, understanding the violations, but requested extra time to safely and efficiently fix the issues. As of today, the only remaining issues are the exterior paint, but it has been started. And the other issues are complied. The city's recommending 60 additional days for the property to come into compliance with the paint, or the city is asking for a $150 a day fine until compliance is achieved.
Officer Pasmino, so the other sections are not at issue, 18103B, E, and 94302A4? Those are all done?
Yes, the wall was painted, it's been taken care of, the boards are removed.
So it's just 18106G that you're proceeding under?
Yes,
Are you Mr. Brian Lewis?
Yes, I am.
So the city says you've gotten 3 of your 4 things done, you just have to paint?
I'm in the process of painting. I painted the front. I have pictures of the front. It's painted.
The city wants to give you 60 days to complete that. Is that sufficient amount of time for you, sir?
I'm just recovering from surgery. I just started physical therapy last week, and a time frame, undetermined because of my health. I don't know if I can get it done in 60 days. Not the whole house.
Yeah, we definitely need some more time with my father and my sister helping him. It's a small man crew here, but we are getting it done and we are making an effort to complete it, so it's definitely being done.
Doesn't appear to be that large a structure.
there's some recent pictures, they've made a lot of progress. There's been a lot of
I'd like to
progress.
see him, it looks really good. I have to
They'll,
say.
they'll come through.
Okay.
Yeah, there's recent photos.
Oh, you did take some
Yeah,
too?
right
Oh,
there.
okay.
That's what it looks like as of yesterday.
Yeah.
And you need more than 60 days to finish?
We have some work to do, sir. I mean, it's nothing that can be just done by.
All the shutters have been taken down, so the windows are
How much time are you asking me for?
120.
That's to get us through the hot of the summer, trying to, work a little bit less in the evenings. Then, time will be changing. We need to we're going to get it done. It's going to get done. It's just need time.
Mr. Pasmino, what's your position on the 120-day request?
I have no problem with that.
All right, I'll give you the 120 days on your commitment that you're not going to wait till the last minute. You're going to keep working on this.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Like I say, but I do what I can with the, like I say, starting.
Because I got to be honest, that's probably the longest time frame I've ever given anyone to paint anything.
It's an old house.
Well, I've been the owner for 20 years, and I've maintained the property, and being in my physical condition, it went on the wayside the last couple years.
Yeah, I'm being
And that's-
stubborn.
And that's what.
And I will grant you it is. remarkably hot outside these days. All right, in case CE 210600166, I make the following findings of fact on law. I find the property in violation of 18106G. Give the respondent 120 days to bring the property in compliance, or a fine of up to $150 per day may issue. Good luck.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Thanks.
It's case number 254011, 36th Court, CE 21060403, number 254011, 36th Court.
Good morning, Natalie Clark, City of West Palm Beach Code Compliance. 401136 Court was cited on 6/25/21. The property in City Hall were posted on 6/28/21. Certified mail was received on 6/29/21. The property was cited for 34-102B and 26-35B. The property has since come into compliance. It complied on 7/2/21. It was out of compliance for a total of 7 days. The city is asking for $200 per day for a total of $1,400.
I'm sorry, which number?
25.
25. So you're pursuing this under a repeat violation?
Correct.
And this has previously been cited for the exact same issue?
Correct.
So previously there was an inoperable vehicle on this property?
Yes.
How many days was this out of compliance?
7 days.
And you're seeking $200 per day?
Correct.
Sir, can you tell me your name?
Yes, my name is Ben, last name Noon, N-O-O-N. I'm the property manager of this property for the last 7 years.
So, Mr. Noon, the city seems to think that you're having a problem with parking inoperable vehicles on the property.
Correct. I'm working on it on a daily basis right now just to make sure that there is no unappropriated vehicle on the property. The only reason it took us 7 days to comply is because the mailing address is in New York. So we're going to change it from Sunbase to the office address, so I will be able to respond more quickly.
Explain that to me again. The main office is in New York?
The mailing address is the New York address. That's the owner. That's the reason sometimes it takes us to comply in a little bit more time.
Oh, so when you sent the notice, you sent it to the New York address?
Yeah, we send it to the address on property appraiser. We've spoken about this. For some reason, when they receive the notice, they don't tell him right away. So I did speak to him about updating the address on property appraiser so that at least he has that information. So we did speak about that. But so far, he's been, once I post the property, he's been in contact. Unfortunately, this one went on for 7 days. It did come into compliance, but it is a repeat violation.
May I ask
Mr.
a
Noon,
question?
what's your response to the city's request that I fine you $200 a day for 7 days?
Well, I have another question, if you don't mind.
Mhm.
Normally, when I'm receiving a violation, there is an option to post it on the office door instead of mailing it.
The
Well-
it's posted and mailed, and it was signed for as well.
I never receive any post on the office door.
How was this one noticed?
It was posted on 6/28, and it was also received certified mail.
We have a picture of the posting? Because you often do that.
For the code officer, do you have an independent recollection of where it was posted?
It's always posted on the office door.
Can you
I'm
say
sorry.
that?
Typically, when I post it, it's posted on the office door, and that's how it's usually posted.
What type of, is this an apartment complex or is this an industrial
It's
complex?
an apartment complex.
And there's a leasing office?
Yes,
And would that have been the office that you're talking about where it would have been posted?
yes.
Okay.
All right, Mr. Noon, I'm going to cut your client a little bit of slack today because it seems like you're trying very hard to bring this into compliance, but so I'm going to just fine you $100 per day.
Okay, thank you.
But we got to make sure this doesn't happen, because you got to remember, it's not the city's job to continue to police this issue with you guys. All right, okay. All right, in case CE 21060403, I make the following findings of fact and law. If I notice is sufficient, I find the property in violation of 2635B and 34102B. Respondent is a repeat violator of those code sections. I hereby assess a fine of $100 a day for 7 days of noncompliance for a total fine of $700.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming in, sir.
I'll have to mail that order. Yeah. Oh. Number 9, 1025 Palm Beach Lakes Boulevard, CE 21040304. Number 9, 1025 Palm Beach Lakes Boulevard.
Sorry. Good morning. Cassandra St. Hilaire, Code Enforcement with the City of West Palm Beach. This property was cited April 14th. Property and City Hall were posted June 9th. Certified mail receipt was also received on June 9th. Property was cited for 1813B, 1813J, 1816A, 2635B, 944442E, and 9471C. This is, as of right now, the property is in compliance, but this is a repeat violation stemming from case CE 191-10217 for the landscaping, swell, paint, and clean and sanitary. At the time of the last, when the hearing, 519, the property needed to fix the roof and provide me with the report stating, because as Mr. Fadi was saying, there was nothing wrong with the roof, but he did get the permit, and as of the 19th, it was passed. So being that this is a repeat violation, the property was out of compliance for 36 days at $100 per day. The city's requesting a $3,600 fine to be assessed on the property.
Sir, can you tell me your name, please?
I'm sorry, can you repeat?
Yeah, can you tell me your name, please?
Fadi Shahoub.
And you are the owner of the property, sir?
Yes, sir, I am.
So the city is saying that you are a repeat violator and that you are out of compliance for 36 days.
No, sir, when I got the notice, I started working on it. The trash, as she requested, have been cleaned, the building is painted, the roof is fixed.
Officer St. Hilaire, the repeat violations are
For the painting,
18106A and 944442E?
1813J, 1816A, 9442E, and 9471C. The only item that was not a repeat violation was 1803B, which he has complied with as of 2 days ago, because the permit that he applied for was passed for the roof.
And 18103J, presumably, right?
Yep, that was
That's-
also a repeat.
Okay. So those were the new ones and he complied with those. Okay, so those are not the issue. The issue, sir, is the clean and sanitary, the landscaping, and the outdoor storage, which the city has previously cited you for.
And we fixed that, sir. We put the grass, the sod, we cleaned, we painted the building.
Yeah, that's not what the city is saying is that you were in violation of these for a second time, and under the code of the city, what they're allowed to do is they're allowed to fine you beginning when they notice that you're in violation again.
But I have
until
time
you
to
come into
I
compliance.
have time to, if she asks me to do something, I have time to do it. And I did it.
Under the repeat
I'm kind
violation.
of confused about what he's saying here.
Yeah, under the repeat violation, remember you were cited for this before, the same,
Yeah, but we have time to do what you're asking.
Yeah, the first time they give you
first
time to comply, the second time they just fine you.
yes.
You understand?
So what's the time for then when she
The city
says-
is asking for $100 a day for 36 days, is that correct?
Yes, $3,600.
Sir, let me show you something, please.
You have to show it to the officer and the attorney
Okay.
first.
This is somebody who's been doing bad things over there, trying to move the trash around. And I have
Sir, you have to talk into the microphone so you can give it to her and then go back to the microphone.
Well, he did send us this picture already about this, we'll accept it, but it has nothing to do with the violation. His trash can, for some reason, ended up across the street, which I did, when I replied to you, I did say that if you got in contact with Public Works, they would help you put it back on your property, which they did do. But it has nothing to do with this violation.
Sir, you have to talk
Yeah.
into the mic, otherwise it doesn't get on the record.
I'm just telling you what's going on over there, sir. As far as the sod goes on, the sod, I did this last time, and then the next day people started parking on it. I requested that the city put no parking signs. They replied after almost 40 days. Having the no parking signs over there, after a few days, some people came, they took them away. There was one remaining on the side which we put back, and then two were missing. I kept calling the city, coming back to the city asking for them to put it back. There was no response. Then I found one as I was working on the fence in the back, and there's still one missing. But the officer here is not talking about that.
Yeah, that's a different issue. The issue for me is whether or not you were in violation of these code sections and for how long. I'm a code enforcement special magistrate. I'm not a judge.
And sir, I could not protect the sod, the swale, since, there's no way to do it. I have complied to the best I could, and whenever I saw somebody parked over there, I called the cops. I cannot fight with people. There was some issue one time when people were gathered in front of the building, and I asked them to leave because of some drugs is happening over there 24 hours at apartment number 2, and we have a record of arrest for this
Okay,
lady
hold
who
on one
lives
second.
there.
Go ahead.
So,
Hold on one
Okay,
second, sir.
Special Magistrate, there's two things. I'd like to say something, and the officer would like to also respond. In regards to the underlying case CE 19110217, the hearing was held on 2/5 of 2020, giving him 60 days to comply with what we're talking about. That has not been complied. A lien is in place at this time. So, again, he didn't comply when he was supposed to. That's the underlying
Is that one still running?
No, that one should be complied. He did comply, but way after the time that was given to him, after the 60 days. That's what I wanted to comment on. At the last case, CE, let me pull it up, CE 191-10217, as Mr. Shahut did mention, he kept asking about these signs to be put up, which we understand that he wanted no parking signs, but Public Works and every other department did assist him in getting that done. But the violation asks that he saw the swale, the parkway area, which he did not do. It asks that he removed outdoor storage, which he did not do. And it asks that he painted. At the time, he did not do these things, and he, just like we're speaking about now, he kept talking about these signs, but it had nothing to do with trying to correct with the violations, because we're working on the signs. It's not something that if you ask for it today, they would be able to print out and give. It is a process, which we did, the city did provide you on 2 different occasions, 2 signs for that lot. So, but this has nothing to do with the violation at hand. This is a repeat violation because last time you passed the 60 days before you complied with the magistrate's order.
The first
And
time
then
or the second time?
on the 14th of this year, of April 14th, these violations reoccurred, making it a repeat violation.
I don't know. You have the sod right there. I don't know what you're talking about.
All right,
After
so, sir,
the fact.
I think I understand the case,
Then
sir.
you
Sir, I'll
can't
let
prove
you,
it after the fact.
sir, I'll let you have the last word. What else do you want to tell me?
Well, sir, I have done my part. I asked the city to put the signs back. They did not respond. They did not even call me. I don't know why. I call the cops when I see somebody parked right there, since they put it on me as my responsibility, which we send people to clean every day. We try the best to protect that area, and still the city does not want to respond.
Okay, you realize there's more here than just the parking, right?
I mean, I painted the building. We painted the building 3 times within 2 years, sir. That's a big job, but we did it.
Special Magistrate, I don't know who he's indicating that hasn't called him back or hasn't communicated, so there's not enough detail in there that he's telling us, but I do need to correct the record. The lien was recorded because he did not comply in time in regards to that underlying case, but it did come into compliance, as the officer said, just after the 60 days that he was given.
And I just want to add one special note. The reason why this was discovered in the first place was because in the pictures that you can see, we were called there by a tenant. It was a complaint that came in. And at the time, we were experiencing a lot of rain. And every time it would rain, it would literally flood their unit. And prior to even sending out a notice of violation, I did contact Mr. Fadi, trying to give him time to get it done, or at least try to patch up what was going on because it was raining so badly. He did not do any of that. So that prompted for me to go out there to see all these other violations. And even with this roof issue, that he told me that there was not an issue, it's perfectly fine. And I told him, okay, if that was the case, please provide me with an inspection report from a reliable company stating that this roof is intact. He did not do so. He applied for a permit. As I mentioned, this permit was not signed off until 2 days ago. So this, this just goes to show that as a landlord, some of these things are not being addressed as they should. No tenant should be living in a
I think
unit.
we're moving a little bit
I
deep.
did get on working on the roof right away. That's not true. I got people to work on it, and some people were scared to go inside the apartment. Some people could not go on the second roof, but we started working on it. Immediately, as we knew that there was a leak, we went inside the apartment. We painted it. We just were testing how bad it is. Until, there was a need for a permit, then we got a permit. We did it. And
All
it
right,
was done.
This is what I'm doing. Case CE 210400304. I'm going to make the following findings of fact and law. If I notice is sufficient, I find the property was in violation of 18106A, 94442E, and 9471C. I further find that said violation is a repeat violation under the code of the City of West Palm Beach. I issue a fine in the amount of $100 per day for each day of the violation for 36 days. Thank you for coming in, sir.
Next case, number 62, 940 28th Street, CE 21060314, number 62, 940 28th Street.
We're missing a code officer.
What number? 62. Apologize. 62. Okay. Good morning. Ray Leung, City, West Palm Beach Code Compliance. 940 28th Street was initially cited on 6/21 of 21 with the notice of violation posted at the property and City Hall on 7/9 of 21. Certified mail was sent on 6/22/21. Property was cited for 18106B, excessive growth, and 18215B, failure to comply. Contact has been made with the owner, who did comply all violations, but not by the comply by date of 7/12/21. Compliance was achieved after the fact. Therefore, the city requests a finding of fact on this case.
Sir, can you tell me your name, please?
Sylvester McKim.
And you're the owner of the property, sir?
Yes, I am.
So what the city is saying here is that that you had a excessive growth issue on your property. You brought that into compliance, but after the time frame that they gave you to do it, they're not asking for a fine. What they're asking for me to do is to find that you were in violation, which doesn't really mean anything here today. There's no fine, but what it does mean is that if you come into violation again, they can treat you like a repeat violator, which means that they can assess you larger fines and they can do it almost immediately. Do you understand, sir?
Yes, yeah, yes, Your Honor. But one of the problems is that during this time, there were the railroad preparing their rail and using the parkway. There was grading and bringing in field and everything on it. And it just stowed us off.
Well, the important question for me, sir, is are you going to be able to keep your property in compliance from this time on?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right, in case CE 2106031 make the following findings of fact and law. I find notice is sufficient. Find the property was in violation of 18106B, 18215B, but has since come into compliance after the required compliance time. I issue no fine at this time. Good luck, sir. Just keep your property in compliance and you'll be fine.
All right, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Next case, number 30, 1700 45th Street, CE 210608485, number 30, 1700 45th Street.
I'm going to need somebody. Do we know where Officer Williams is?
What number?
30.
Number 30. Yep. I have someone signed in, Carl Duvall for 800 The Point Drive. It just says 800 The Point Drive, so I'm not sure. So you're here for all those cases? Okay, so this is several cases, that's why I was calling the other one first.
Which cases are we talking about here?
I guess numbers 39 through 52.
Yeah. Just do Marcus cases, Kevin said.
Okay, yeah, let's just get that one, and then we'll hear that one after. If
Okay.
you just want to have a seat, we're just going to call one case before yours.
I need to take someone in.
Are we going back to Mr. Officer Williams' case?
Back to number 30, 1700 45th Street, CE 210608485.
Apologize. Which case was that you called?
1700 45th Street, number 30.
All right. Officer Williams, City of West Palm Beach Code Enforcement. This particular property was cited on June 30th, 2021. The certified mail was
Can we
sent
close
out.
the door?
The certified mail was sent out July 1st, 2021. That was returned July 7th, 2021. The property as well as City Hall was posted on July 9th, 2021. I've had no contact with the owner as of this morning. All violations are still on the property. They were originally cited for 9471-C. So the city is requesting 15 days to bring that into compliance or a $150 a day fine thereafter.
Is anyone here on behalf of the respondent?
No, but we do have 2 residents that live in the neighborhood.
Sir, can you tell me your name, please?
I'm not here on behalf of the owner. I'm here on behalf of myself that lives on North Shore Drive in our association. I'm Ron Dixon, 3600 North Shore Drive. This particular business that's causing the problem is located on the southeast corner of the building. It's right next to the North Shore Drive, and it's right on the entrance to our neighborhood.
Special Magistrate, sir, were you sworn in? I apologize. Were you sworn in?
No?
Could we swear him in first, please?
Anyone who arrived late that's going to testify or thinks they might testify, would you please raise your right hand? Stand up. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give will be truthful and accurate under penalty of perjury under the laws of the state of Florida?
I do.
Go ahead, sir.
Okay. This particular business is a freight forwarding type business, and apparently the business is not large enough to have their storage and stuff inside, so they've been putting it on the sidewalk around the perimeter of the building, and also in the parking lot, as you can see from the photographs. Our neighborhood association, North Shore Neighborhood Association, been trying to improve our neighborhood for quite some time, and unfortunately, this business is a real detriment to it. The work in the parking lot is only 5 or 6 feet west of the sidewalk, so it's pretty close. This shopping center is neighborhood commercial, so I wonder if this is really even allowed in that neighborhood commercial district. But
Well, that particular issue is not before me. The question before me is outside storage.
But this outside storage is a real detriment to our neighborhood, and we just need to have it stopped. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
I haven't been sworn in, but may I speak?
Ma'am, yeah, were you sworn in, ma'am?
No. May I?
Yes, will you please raise your right hand? Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give will be truthful and accurate under penalty of perjury under the laws of the state of Florida?
I do.
Go ahead, ma'am. Tell me your name first.
My name is Pearline Dixon, and this is my husband, but this has been going on for over a year. I don't care what you do or how you cite those people. They have completely ignored the city. But I think it's terrible that it's allowed to go on. And the city has tried, he's tried many things. They just ignore anything they do. They've even been selling refrigerators off the street and washers and all kind of stuff outside the building, advertising them on 45th Street for people to come in and buy them. The city just doesn't allow that. But I don't care what you do, you are ignored. So if we would certainly appreciate the city helping us get it stopped. And they had big banners out on 45th Street by the road advertising appliances, like mattresses and other things. Thank you.
All right, thank you, ma'am. So the city's asking for 15 days or $150 per day, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Is there anyone here on behalf of the respondent?
No, sir.
Have you had any contact with the respondent?
I've talked to the management company for the owner. I have no contact with the owner. Apparently, he doesn't even live here in the United States.
Have they expressed any willingness to come into compliance?
They have not.
All right, in case CE 210600485, make the following findings of fact and law. I find notice is sufficient. I find the property in violation of 9471C. The respondent has 15 days to come into compliance or a fine of $150 per day may issue.
Thank you, sir.
Number 39, 1052 The Point Drive, CE 210400285. Do you want to call all of them together?
If you want to.
Number 40, 1239 The Point Drive, CE 210400286. Number 41, 1247 The Point Drive, CE 210400287. Number 42, 1241 The Point Drive, CE 210400289. Number 43, 1128 The Point Drive, CE 210400290. Number 44, 1132 The Point Drive, CE 210400291. Number 45, 1134 The Point Drive, CE 210400321. Number 46, 1148 The Point Drive, CE 210400323. Number 47, 1170 The Point Drive, CE 210400325. Number 48, 1172 The Point Drive, CE 210400326. Number 49, 1180 The Point Drive, CE 210400327. Number 50, 1165 The Point Drive, CE 210600073. Number 51, 1195 The Point Drive, CE 210600075. And number 52, 1211 The Point Drive, CE 210600076.
Good morning. Officer Levine, City of West Palm Beach.
All these properties were cited for failure to obtain a rental license and certificate of use. Service was achieved by certified mail for 1052 The Point Drive on 4/20/21, 1239 The Point Drive, 4/20/21, 1247 The Point Drive, 4/20/21, 1241 The Point Drive, 4/20/21, 1128 The Point Drive, 4/20/21, 1132 The Point Drive, 4/20/21, 1134 The Point Drive, 4/20/21, 1148 The Point Drive, 4/20/21, 1170 The Point Drive, 4/20/21, 1172 The Point Drive, 4/20/21, 1180 The Point Drive, 4/20/21, 1165 The Point Drive, 6/15/21, 1195 The Point Drive, 6/15/21, and 1211 The Point Drive, 6/15/21. Now, Special Magistrate, out of those units that were called, 1128 The Point Drive has an application in the system. There's a balance of $260.07. 1180 The Point Drive, there's an application in the system. There's no contact for inspection. 1165 The Point Drive, there's an application in the system, no contact. 1195, there's an application in the system, no contact. 1211, there's an application in the system, no contact. And 1239, there's an application in the system with a balance of $260.07. All others do not have an application in the system. The city is requesting 30 days to come into compliance, or $200 a day thereafter. Now, Special Magistrate, there's a history behind all these units. Back in September 2020, I contacted the respondent. Now, granted, there was a typo that said that all with the exception has a license, but in the address bar, it said, something to the effect that units without license that need to obtain license. I was made aware of the typo, and I went to the property in person and sat down with Mr. Duval and showed him every property that did not have a license. Some of the properties' license were acquired back in October, November. The rest wasn't. I contacted him before I went out on vacation in December to say, well, look, we need to get this done. Nothing was done. I contacted him in February, I think, again, and told him about it. Nothing was done. I started sending out violations for these properties in April. Now, I did get some phone calls from some folks. We did what we call a virtual inspection. Some of the properties are complied as of July 1 this year. And the rest, I had sent him an email. I said, look, I was thinking to the effect that I've made all these contacts with Mr. Duval. I sent him the violations, the very first set of violations. And I was of the mindset that after all the communication with Mr. Duval and him getting about 10 violations, he would send in the applications for all the rest of property. Because what they're trying to do, according to what he told me in our discussion, they're trying to buy up all these units so they could have one PCN number for all the units. But as it stands right now, there's probably like 260 units that didn't have licenses, or somewhere around that number. However, that didn't happen. So I had to write violations for all these units, and that is why we are here today. So again, the city is requesting 30 days to come into compliance, or $200 a day thereafter. I also said to him in an email, when I sent out the first violations, that if the city doesn't get these applications, there are more violations to come. The only time the applications came in is when they got the violations.
All right, sir, can you tell me your name?
My name is Carl, K-A-R-L. Last name is Duval, D-U-V-A-L.
The city says you got a whole bunch of units here that don't have a rental license.
Special Magistrate, may I interject? Sir, how do you represent the LLC?
I represent them by being the property manager of the property.
And do the members or the managing member of the LLC know that you're here
That
representing
is
them?
correct.
Okay.
Is the city satisfied with that answer? All right, Mr. Duval, is it?
That is correct.
So the city says you got a whole bunch of units here that don't have a license.
As to permitting and what we submitted from the time that Mr. Levine had provided us information to submit, come the time of October, which was information that he did a typo during the time, which allowed us to submit application for processing that he already had. So during the time of February of when he actually caught the error of the application, we submitted the ones that were needed during the time of February, which all were sent to business tax, which was instructed by us at first. Then we submitted all our applications to Ms. Holder and another woman named Rachel that works for the city. These applications were submitted for processing for our application or for the licenses. We asked that the time that they submit us back invoices individually for each application so we can pay in full. And then the next step would be, of course, to have inspections.
I don't know, there seems to be some issue about what happened last year. The only real issue for me
These
is,
are all the
I'll be honest with you, Mr. Duval, the question for me always is the following. Is there a permit or is there not a permit on these properties? And if there is not, how much time do you need to make sure that you get the permit done?
Well, as for the steps of permitting, Mr. Levine, I submitted these for licensing and for to get permits or whatever that's needed. As of the time of February, all of those were sent to various emails that was requested by Mr. Levine. As of invoices being paid, 3 of those particular out of the 12 were already paid for as of inspection, which is the next step or is a step for those particular units to acquire the license, haven't been contacted.
Are we talking about the units that are cited here?
Yeah, I have 3 out of the 12 that he gave. All those licenses already been submitted for applications since the time of February. And we haven't had anything.
Hold on one sec. So what's the holdup? If they've submitted these, why am I here?
Beg your pardon, sir?
So if they've submitted the request for rental license on how many of
February.
these?
As of February, I have email chains of showing who I submitted all these applications to during the time of request since the time. So there was no due diligence of me
Hold on
not
one second.
doing any work.
So what's the holdup?
So I want to go back here because this is on the record, right? Like I said, I contacted Mr. Duval back in September. Yes, there was a typo, but I went to Mr. Duval's office in October and sat down face to face with him and spoke about the typo, and 2, what needed to be done. I didn't have to do that.
Excuse me.
Let me finish, please.
Okay.
What I should have done was to send out all the violations, but in a proactive manner, trying to avoid what's going on here today. I sent him an email, and then I sat down in his office with him, showing him the highlighted. I took my time and highlighted every last one of those units that did not have a license, right? To ensure that.
He seems to be telling me that he sent in applications for all these licenses. Is that not correct?
He said the same thing to me. But my question was, if you sent in that and you didn't get a response, why not contact me, let me know what's going on? If you send an application to business tax, it doesn't come to me. The only time I get information is when the business tax is processed. You have been dealing with me. You have my email address, you have my business card, you have my phone number. If you didn't get a response, it is incumbent upon you to get in contact with me and say, well, look, hey, I submitted this. Can you look into this for me? In this business,
I'm confused here. Did he or did he not send in an application for rental license on these properties that are at issue here today?
some have, yes, some have licenses, some don't. Some have applications, sorry, some don't.
So what's the holdup if he sent in the, well, I guess you wouldn't necessarily know, right? You don't process this.
I don't have access to that, sir.
I think we're all in agreement of the following thing, right? We all agree that each of these units needs a rental license and a certificate of use. Is that correct? We're all in agreement on that?
Yes, absolutely.
That is correct.
Pretty well? Okay. So the question is that the city says you haven't accomplished this yet, and you say you're trying. Is that essentially it?
Well, it's not trying, it was actually done for the time that Mr. Levine had requested it, meaning that at the time of, if he said October, he came in, which as of October, when I came on the property, which was August 12th, I didn't get presented any of these particular violations until September or October, which is correct. He came to the office, he brought the particular stats, said these were in violations, which were highlighted. However, he didn't mention the highlight. He sent the email saying the ones that are, at first he sent an email with the violation saying the ones highlighted are particularly in violation. That's what he stated. However, when I submitted all the ones that were highlighted per his request, as of, and he says October, he came in. He came in October with the time stating that I am Mr. Levine to present himself as who he is he works for the city of West Palm. When he stated his title and what he is, I said, yes, I'm here. I want to do everything in compliance to help speed the process of getting everything done that is quote unquote in violations. It took until February when Mr. Levine, after I submitted from that time, October, all those applications to what was requested, for in the time of February, actually January or February, for him to realize that the ones I submitted were actually, quote unquote, the ones highlighted he already had licenses for. It was the one that were not highlighted, did not have a license for. So therefore I had to go back and resubmit all the ones that were not highlighted back to Mr. Levine. As of February,
you've done that.
I did that.
So every one of these properties has an application.
I submitted an application for all the particular applicants or units that needed licenses.
And have licenses been issued for any of these?
As for what it was required, I submitted for all of them to have a license.
That's not what I'm asking.
No, it doesn't. I don't know because I asked for, well, I got some invoices for out of the many that I did submit to make payments for, which we did. As for inspections that were required during the ones that were paid during the invoices I obtained, we did. However,
so if I understand this correctly, there was confusion about what needed to be done, but at this point, everything that needs to be done has been done or is in the process of being done. Is that correct?
It's been in the process since the time of February. Now, who I submitted to per Ms. Holder, business tax, all the requests that were going on due to COVID. I even submitted to Mr. Levine application batches when he asked requests. During the time when he came, he said due to COVID, which played a part, there's a lot of backed up cases that's going to take time. So therefore, I was still in the gray area of not knowing of where my applications stand. So not knowing where my applications stand leads me on to where I don't know if the city's got my applications after I submitted them multiple times per request. And I asked for individual invoices for each application, which would be where it could be paid for, and we go and do what was needed. So they're in limbo, as it seems to be right now.
So does the city know what the status of these applications are at this point?
Sir? The applications were processed, right? Applications were sent in. Applications was processed, right? Some of the payments were not made. We still have units here where the payments are not made. This is the city of West Palm Beach. Mr. Duval sent checks to us made out to Palm Beach County tax collector.
And I made the correction, I sent out the new check.
We've been working on this, and I don't like people to misrepresent what I see, because what I do, my integrity lays on the line. I don't like people misrepresenting.
Officer
what
Levine, I can appreciate that. I'm just trying to resolve this in a way that makes sense.
So
But,
I just want to get this
if
thing
it becomes
done.
personal, then it becomes hard to
It
resolve.
seems that it
I
is
just want to
personal.
get this thing done. So I'm requesting 30 days for all these violations here to come into compliance, or $200 a day thereafter. There's probably about 100 more cases coming your way, sir, because
I don't want to hear about anything that's not
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. So can we get this over and done with? 30 days to come into compliance, or $200 a day thereafter?
Did the city attorney want to say something? You should just leave it on.
It's probably duplicative. The city's position, in addition to what the officer is saying, is ultimately it's the property owner's responsibility to get these, to follow up on them with the proper permitting place, not licensing, excuse me, in our department services division. Ultimately, they're brought here today because they're not in compliance. And I agree with our officer that 30 days additional is a reasonable amount of time for the property owner through this manager to get these accomplished.
Okay, can I speak on this behalf? I understand what she's stating, but if I'm only the representative to speak to Mr. Levine, which is the one who I've been trying to reach out multiple times and been getting half particular information from, my source is not reliable on getting this completed. So therefore, by going through this particular chain of events that's been going on since October of last year, it seems that, as you could say, his integrity is a personal attack when somebody's trying to do work. And
Let me just ask you this, because this conversation is drifting in places that are not helpful to me.
Well, I understand, and I don't want to make.
But let me ask,
Go ahead.
Mr. DeVoe, let me ask this question. The city wants to give you an additional 30 days to get the license for them.
That's
What
correct.
is, talk to me about that. Is that 30 days going to be sufficient for you to get this done?
Well, for these 12 units, is that what we're going with?
The only thing that's in front of me are these particular cases.
Okay. Now, when I submit these particular applications, which are already been submitted, can I hand them to Mr. Levine, all these particular applications that's already been submitted to him to start the process?
I'm pretty sure Mr. Levine doesn't handle
Walk it
this.
across the hall and have the front desk take care.
All right, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to give you 30 days, and then I'm going to ask Officer Levine to walk you to the appropriate place in the city where you can get the answers to what the process is on this. Does that work for everybody?
Works for me.
All right. So
So
in
with
these
the 30
cases,
days, excuse me, with the 30 days that you're going to allow, with these steps for these 12, is that for payment, which 3 already are paid, and that's for inspections? Because I don't have anything in regards to when the payments are made, when I'm following up on trying to make these payments. Because I reached out to Ms. Levine, letting them know that units were paid. I even reached out to the lady who does the taxing for the processing application, that I'm having a hard time to let Mr. Levine know that these applications been submitted for payment. And she said she'll reach out to Mr. Levine.
hold on one sec. So my understanding is that when they make when they file the application, they pay for it, they get an inspection, the license is issued. Is that?
That's the part. We're
Yes,
not.
sir. So whatever application comes in, right, once it's processed, an email is dispatched to the person who is responsible for submitting the applications to say, well, okay, your application has been processed. These are the fees, and this is the code officer responsible for this, and he or she can be reached at whatever number. That is what the front desk does, being proactive. Mr. Duval has gotten numerous emails from the front desk, and we are still here arguing about this, sir. We're still here arguing.
I'm not arguing.
It's a simple process.
I'm processing my facts. I'm not arguing.
It's a simple
Okay, so
process.
presumably, when you submit the application, you get an email with the information about what you're supposed to do. Are you saying you're not getting the email?
Well, I'm not getting. I get the email for the payment and to reach out to Mr. Levine. When I do reach out to Mr. Levine to let him know that the applications, the ones that were submitted, are paid for, when can inspection be done? Or anything, I'm not getting a response back into any acknowledgement on what to go, on where my inspections
So
are
he's saying
going.
you're not setting up the
I get last
Special
minute.
magistrate, can we just get, look, okay. I've dealt with numerous complexes and I've gone through the same process, right? And I've gotten everything done at those other communities. And some of them are even larger than Mr. Duval's. So for him to stand at that podium over there and say, I have not been responding to him, sir, that is distorting the truth. Okay? That is distorting the truth.
All right, this is what I'm going to do in these cases.
Thank you.
In each of these cases, see case 39 through 52, is that correct?
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to give the respondent 30 days to bring the property into compliance, or a fine of up to $200 per day may issue. I'm going to set this for a status hearing after 30 days, and we'll see where we are. But let's see if we can get this resolved in 30 days. And I'm going to ask, after this case is done, these cases are done, that Officer Levine take the gentleman to the appropriate place where he can find out the information on what he needs to do to finish complying with these applications. Sorry, that's my order.
That's all we have for contested matters. Number 3 is rescheduled, 5007 Victoria Circle, CE 210500018. Number 7, 2409 South Dixie Highway, CE 210500373.
Don Williams, Code Enforcement, 2409 South Dixie Highway was cited for 78-6 numeracy standards, 94402-B-2-2, which is prohibited banners and balloons or signs. I actually cited this property on May 26th of 21, certified mail June 29th of 21, and posted July 8th of 21. No contact with the owner of the property. Requesting 10 days to comply or $100 a day after that.
Is anyone here on behalf of the property? So there's no numbers?
They are there, but there's gray on gray, so you can't see them from the roadway. They need to be contrasting colors.
Have you had any contact with the property owner?
No, none.
And I guess we have that, the prohibited banner is that open banner?
Correct. A feather sign.
How long did you want to give them to bring into compliance?
10 days.
I'm sorry?
10 days.
10 days? And what fine were you looking for?
100 per day.
When you go out there, nobody wants to talk to you?
No, they're not open when I'm out there.
Well, it appears that they're open.
I agree.
All right, case CE 210500373, I make the following findings of fact and law. I find notice is sufficient to find the property in violation of 78-694-402B.2-2. Respondent has 10 days to come into compliance or a fine of up to $100 per day may issue.
Number 8, 5610 Pinewood Avenue, CE 2105004.
Robert Watkins, City of West Palm Beach Code Compliance. This property was cited on May the 3rd. Certified mail was sent May the 3rd. Certified mail was received May the 5th. This property was cited for 94-442C-1 and 94-42-A. No violations are in compliance as of this morning. The city is requesting a split order, 5 days for the vehicles parked on the grass and 20 days for replacement of the sod that was damaged due to the vehicles parking on top of it.
So I can definitely see the cars parking on the sod.
There's a lot of them. Like I went just to make sure, like I went almost every other day, and every other day there was another vehicle there parked in the same location.
Any contact with the owners?
Yes, I did have contact with the owner. She told me that they were going to cease parking on the grass, but as you see with the dates, they're still parking on the grass.
All right, let's give them 7 days just because of the mailing notice requirement on the parking, and we'll do the 20 days on the landscaping. In case CE 2105004, make the following findings of fact and law. I find notice is sufficient for the property in violation of 94442C1, 94482A. As to 94442C1, respondent has 20 days to come into compliance. What was the fine you were looking for?
For the vehicles, it's $50 per day after, and for the sod, it's $100 per day after.
Where a fine of up to $100 per day may issue. As to 94482A, respondent has 7 days to come into compliance, or a fine of up to $50 per day may issue.
Number 10, 301 Gulf Road, CE 21060302.
Good morning.
Morning, Officer Patrick.
How are you?
I'm well.
All right. Joe Patrick, West Palm Beach Code Enforcement. This repeat violation case in reference to a vacant lot that once again has trash and debris on it. The respondent was found in violation on April 7th of this year and complied on May 7th. That order allowed 30 days to comply. It complied before fines ran. In mid-June, our office received complaints on the lot once again, being out of compliance with Code Section 18106A. On June 18th, I inspected the property and found some trash and debris along with a toilet on the property. Subsequently, I issued a notice of violation or notice for hearing for a repeat violation. The notice of hearing was issued via certified mail and posted on June 23rd. On June 18th, the day I observed the violation, I attempted to contact the property owner via email. The last correspondence I had with him was back in May regarding the previous code case. He mentioned he's in South America and asked I call this property manager. I attempted to call the property manager over the phone, but was unsuccessful in making contact with him. As of today, the property remains in violation of Code Section 18106A. It appears that somebody is cutting and maintaining the lawn somewhat, but the trash and debris, it just tends to appear on it before they get back. So the city's asking for a $50 a day fine until compliance is achieved.
You'd like a running fine in this case?
No, there's no running fines. He complied. Actually, a realtor met me out there who said that she was a friend of the owner on May 7th. So the order came out April 7th and gave 30 days to comply. She called me on May 7th and asked if I come out the same day.
And they were in compliance?
They were in compliance on May 7th. They were.
So what do you want to do now?
Well, right now this is a repeat because they were found in violation. Okay, so I'm looking for a $50 a day fine until compliance is achieved.
Is the problem here that they're coming out and cleaning it out and then it gets dirty again, or is the problem here that it just gets dirty and nobody really does much about it?
They are coming out because it's different trash and debris on there, but it's constant. This lot is located in an area with several lots owned by different individuals. It's a very large, four city blocks from Flagler Drive all the way to it's a large area. There's several lots there, at least 17 lots. This is one of many that has the same problem. So there is somebody out there trying to maintain it. They're just not coming out frequently enough, which is common with these lots in this particular area.
So you want me to assess a new running fine of $50 per day?
Yeah, well, he doesn't have a running fine right now.
Yeah.
Because he complied. He was found in violation on April 7th. The order gave him until May 7th to comply. He did comply, so there's no fine on a property currently.
Have you spoken to whoever's the real estate agent or whoever's?
The real estate agent, when she called me, the number was a blocked number, so I never got that from her. But I do have a number to a property manager, and it's really strange. When I call it, this sounds strange, but the voice message is just a bunch of whistling. And then allows you to leave a message. And I've never heard from this individual. And I've tried to call him on several occasions. Because again, this lot is located in a lot where this is commonplace, and I call property managers or representatives of the different lots in that area frequently to try to get it cleaned. But I just haven't heard from this particular individual that the property owner, the respondent, directed me to contact because he's in South America.
Okay. All right, in case CE 210600302, make the following findings of fact and law. I find notice is sufficient. I find the property in violation of 18106A. Make further finding that said violation is a repeat violation under the code of the city of the West Palm Beach. I hereby issue a fine of $50 per day until the property comes into compliance.
Thank you.
Number 11, 515 40th Street, CE 210500395.
Good morning.
Christopher Thompson, City of West Palm Code Compliance. Property at 515 40th Street was cited on 5/27/21. Notice of violation was posted at City Hall and certified mail was sent on 5/28/21. Property was cited for outdoor storage and a prohibited trailer. As of yesterday, the property is still not in compliance. The trailer has been removed, but outdoor storage, there's still a lot of items around the property. I have spoken to the owner. He's in the process of evicting this tenant, and we're asking for an additional 30 days to come into compliance, or $100 a day until compliance is achieved.
So all of these things are still in violation?
With the exception of the trailer. The trailer is moved, but he still has outdoor storage.
All right, so that trailer that's in this picture is gone, but so the auto parts and building materials are still there?
Yes.
I'm sorry, how long did you want to give them?
We'll give him an additional 30 days because, like I said, the owner is in the process of evicting, going through an eviction process for this tenant.
And the fine you were seeking?
$100.
All right, in case CE 2105035, I make the following findings, fact and law. If I notice is sufficient from the property in violation of Code Section 9471C, respondent has 30 days to come into compliance or a fine of $100 per day, Measure.
Thank you.
Number 12, 313 Clematis Street, CE 210500006.
Michael Williams, Code Enforcement Officer, City of West Palm Beach. Property 313 Clematis was cited on 5/3/21 initially. Certified mail was sent on 5/4/21. We do have a signed certified mail receipt on file. City Hall and the property was posted on 5/4/21. This property was cited for 18105J non-residential paint. There has been some progress. There still is some work to be done on the front of the structure around, there's a band around the front of the building at the very top, which some of the stucco has to be replaced. And so I also have been in contact with the property manager. We've spoken on numerous occasions. And so I did agree to give them some additional time in light of the fact that they have been working very diligently. The city would like to give them 30 additional days in order to comply, or a fine of $100 per day be imposed.
And this is to paint?
That is what's left of it, the painting.
All right, and they're agreeable to the extra 30 days?
Yes, they are.
All right, in case CE 2105006, make the following findings of fact and law. If I notice is sufficient, found the property in violation of 18105J, respondent has 30 days to come into compliance or a fine of $100 per day, Issue.
Number 13, 310 South Dixie Highway, CE 210500303.
Michael Williams, Code Enforcement Officer, City of West Palm Beach. Property 310 South Dixie was initially cited on 5/21/21. Certified mail was sent on 5/26/21. We do have a signed certified mail receipt on file. I have spoken with the property manager on numerous occasions, couple times in person, over the phone, as well as through emails. This property was cited for 105.1, failure to secure a building permit. There is an apartment there, unit number 14, which this is kind of like a culmination of some building issues as well as some code enforcement issues. I've been working with the plumbing inspector Atelio Belial on this. He and I, in fact, met at the property with regard to 105.1, the failure to secure the building permit for apartment number 14. The tenant there had been having a lot of problems, I guess, with the tub, and so as a result of their complaint, they brought in a plumber who in turn ripped out the walls and the flooring and so forth in order to abate that situation. They have not pulled permits for that particular violation, and so we don't really know where they are with that violation. The property manager sent over an email this morning to Inspector Belial indicating that they would like to get some additional time in order to get the correct permits and get this whole situation remedied with regard to 105.1. They were also cited for 18103E, external doors and windows. That work was completed with no permits as of today. There's one restaurant there called Pipeline Pokey Company. It sits right on the corner. What happened with that is a vehicle, I guess, lost control and ran literally into the building, into the windows and so forth. No one was hurt, but
Fortunate.
Yeah, fortunately. But it does look like they have replaced all of the doors and windows and glass and but no permits as of today. Again, this is another one I spoke with Inspector Belial on, and to his knowledge, there's no permits, and also within the city systems, there's no permits. They were cited for 18105J, non-residential paint. There were also a couple ball finials, which is an aesthetic piece that was broken. That is complied with. Also, the painting of the structure, the pressure washing was complied. Let's see. They were also cited for 94-302-A-4, wall maintenance, that is complied. So that said, all of that said, the complied violations are 94-302-A-4, the fence maintenance, and 18105J, the non-residential painting is complied. All of the violations are still remaining open.
So non-residential paint is complied, and what was the other one that's complied?
Fence maintenance, 94-302-A-4.
So we're still talking 18103E, which is the windows and doors, and 105.1, which is the building permit?
That is correct.
And what's the remedy you're seeking?
The city would like to give them 30 additional days in order to comply, or a fine of $100 per day be imposed.
How many days?
30.
Or $100?
Yes.
Have you spoken to them about accomplishing this?
Say again, I'm sorry.
Have you spoken to them about this kind of time frame?
Well, they sent over an email this morning to Inspector Belial, and basically in their email, they said, we request until August the 3rd an extension in order to, I guess.
Well, this would be more.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, so, that's.
All right. In case CE 210503003, I make the following findings of fact and law. If I notice is sufficient, find the property in violation of 105.1 and 18103E. Respondent has 30 days to come into compliance or fine of up to $100 per day issue.
Number 14, 115 South Olive Avenue, CE 2106069.
Michael Williams, Code Enforcement Officer, City of West Palm Beach. Property 115 South Olive was cited on 6/10/21. Certified mail was sent on 6/17/21. We do have a signed certified mail receipt on file. City Hall, as well as the property, was posted on 6/21/21. Property was cited for 18103B, repair of walls, 18103E, external doors and windows, 18105J, non-residential paint, 18106A, clean and sanitary, and 74-4-C-5, cleanup of the right-of-way. As of last evening, the following code sections have complied: 18105J and 74-4-C-5. The following code sections remain in violation: 18103E. There still remains a broken window in the rear of the structure, and 18103B. damaged stucco throughout multiple sections of the structure. And 18106A, there's some trash that remains on the side of the building and also to the rear of the structure. City would like to give them 30 additional days in order to comply, or a fine of $100 per day be imposed.
So it's clean and sanitary, the broken windows and the I guess that's the 18103B is the broken window.
18103E is the broken window.
Okay.
18103B is the damaged stucco, which there's multiple sections of damaged stucco, the front and the side of the structure. And 18106A still remains with regard to trash and debris.
And your time frame was?
30 days in order to comply, or a fine of $100 per day be imposed.
Do they need permits to do this, or can they just repair these?
The broken window, that would not require a permit, I don't believe, because from what I saw, the framework is still there. It's just a matter of replacing
I
the
guess it's an
crack.
indirect way of asking. Is 30 days a sufficient amount of time for them to bring this into compliance?
I believe so.
Okay. All right, case CE 2106069, to make the following findings of fact and law. I find property in violation of 18103B, 18103E, and 18106A. Respondent has 30 days to come to compliance, or fine of $100 per day may issue.
Thank you.
Number 15, 5601 Park Circle East, CE 2106063.
Richard Pasmino, City of West Palm Beach Code Enforcement. This property was cited June 10th. Certified mail was sent out June 11th. The property and City Hall were posted July 6th. This property was cited for 18103B, repair roof walls foundation. There's a shed on the property in disrepair and plywood on the exterior walls on front property. 18103E, external doors, windows, multiple windows boarded at this property. 105.1, failure to secure building permit. Their carport was enclosed at this property without obtaining building permit inspections. 18106G, exterior paint. 9471C, outdoor storage. And 110.3, that's for the required inspections for the enclosure of the carport. I spoke to the owner. I plan on meeting him later this week and showing him exactly what needs to be done at the property. Some work has been done. Some plywood has been removed. Some remains as of today. The city's recommending the property have 60 additional days to fix these issues. If not, the city is asking for a $150 a day fine until compliance is achieved.
Have you had any contact? I guess you said you had some contact with the owner? And they're
Yes,
in
I
the
have
process of
contact,
doing
and
this?
I plan on meeting him this week.
Is all of this, can all this be accomplished within 60 days?
Yes, it should be.
All right, in case CE 2106063, I make the following findings of fact and law. I find notice is sufficient. I find the property in violation of the listed code sections. Respondent has 60 days to come to compliance, or a fine of $150 per day may issue.
Number 17, 4401 Washington Road, CE 210700048.
Richard Pasmino, City of West Palm Beach Code. This property was cited July 7th. Certified mail was sent out July 8th. And the property in City Hall were posted July 9th. This is a vacant lot that's overgrown. Code sections for the violations are 18106A, 18215B, 18106B. I've had no contact. As of yesterday, the property is still overgrown. It looks like it was cut at some point, not completely. And since it was cut, it's already overgrown again. It's not being maintained. The city's recommending 14 additional days for this property to come into compliance with these code sections, or the city's asking for an order to abate these violations. When they do cut the property, they don't cut it completely. Up to the property line where there are residential houses, those bushes, they're not being maintained at all. So part of this violation.
If you're seeking an abatement, you have to give me some testimony as to the threats to the health, safety, and welfare of the city of West Palm Beach.
Yeah, so the areas that they are not reaching, the residential areas, the property line, those bushes are so super overgrown. And, it's a habitat for rodents and other vermin, insects, accumulation of trash.
I mean, you've had any contact with the owner here?
No contact. No response.
All right, in case CE 210700048, I make the following findings of fact on law. I find notice is sufficient to find the property in violation of 18106A and 18106B. In 18215B, respondent has 14 days to come into compliance. In the absence of compliance, I authorize the city of West Palm Beach. Actually, before I say that, I make further finding that there is a threat to the health, safety, and welfare of the city of West Palm Beach. In the absence of compliance, I authorize the city of West Palm Beach to enter the property and abate any and all violations. I hereby assess the cost of said abatement against the property and property owner.
Thank you.
Number 18, 816 High Street, CE 21050366.
Good morning, Sonia Ben, City of West Palm Beach, Code Enforcement. This property was cited on May 26th. The property was posted on June 8th and certified was sent on May 26th. The property was cited for 34102A, 7434A1H, and 9471C. I have not made contact with the property owner. Code 34102A and 7434A1H are not complied. The property is still in violation of Code 9471C. The city is requesting additional 30 days to gain compliance, or $100 per day until compliance is achieved.
Have you had any contact with these owners?
No.
Is the car junk and abandoned because it's not licensed? Is that it?
Correct. The only violation is outdoor storage that still exists on the property.
That's the only remaining one?
Yes.
And that's what I'm looking at right now?
Correct.
And that has not been removed?
I'm sorry?
That wasn't removed or reduced?
No.
All right. And I'm sorry, how long did you want to give them?
30 days to gain compliance.
And the fine?
$100 per day.
All right, in case CE 210503666, I make the following findings of fact on law. I find notice is sufficient from the property in violation of 9471C. Respondent has 30 days to come to compliance or fine of up to $100 per day may issue.
Number 19, 731 Tuscaloosa Street, CE 210600042.
Sonny Benz, City of West Palm Beach, Code Enforcement. This property was cited on June 3rd. The property was posted on June 8th. Certified mail was sent on June 4th. The property was cited for 18162A, 2232A, 7434A1H, 94442, C1, 94442E, and 9471C. I have made contact with the property manager of the property. He's also in agreement to the city recommendation. As of today, Code 7434A1H is complied. The property is still in violation for all the other code violations. The city is requesting an additional 30 days to gain compliance, or $100 per day until compliance is achieved.
Sonia, did the property manager contest that they were renting the property?
Yes, and I also, in the photos, they were advertising the property for rent. They did apply for a rental license, so next week, Thursday, I will complete the rental inspection for this property.
So they're in the process of obtaining a rental license.
Correct. They applied for it already.
So that's easily within 30 days.
Yes.
Tell me about the swale. Is it missing sod? 'Cause I didn't see the
Correct.
photo.
It's missing sod. They are in the process, I spoke to the property manager yesterday, so they are in the process of getting the landscape corrected. He mentioned it's supposed to happen yesterday. I will visit the property next Thursday to complete the rental inspection, and the property, according to the property manager, should be in full compliance by then.
Okay. All right, in case CE 210600042, I make the following findings of fact and law. If I notice is sufficient, I find the property in violation of the listed code sections except for 7434A1B, A1H. Respondent has 30 days to come into compliance or fine of $100 per day may issue.
Number 20424 Alvarado, CE 210600353.
Sonny Bin, City of West Palm Beach, Code Enforcement. This property was cited on June 23rd. The property was posted on June 25th. Certified mail was sent on June 24th. The property was cited for 94487B1 and 9471C. I have not made contact with the property owner. Code 94487B1 is complied. The property is still in violation of Code 9471C. The city is requesting additional 30 days to gain compliance or $100 per day until compliance is achieved.
So there's a commercial vehicle still on the property?
No, it was removed. So that 94487B was complied. And 9471C, outdoor storage, still exists. That violation still exists.
That's like the bicycle and some of the stuff that I'm seeing there.
Right, and it has boards on the right side as well as mats. And I think it's on the left side as well has, I don't know if it's a couch or it's the pillows that goes into it. It's red.
All right, in case CE 210600353, make the following findings of fact and law. If I notice is sufficient, find the property in violation of 9471C. Respondent's 30 days to come to compliance or fine of $100 per day may issue.
Thank you.
Number 21 4510 Greenwood Avenue, CE 210600011.
Natalie Clark, City of West Palm Beach Code Compliance. 4510 Greenwood Avenue was cited on 6/2/21. The property was posted on 6/7/21 and certified mail was sent on 6/3/21. The property was cited for 94-442C1, 94-442E. I've had contact with the property owner. The property remains in violation of all code sections. The city is asking for an additional 30 days or $100 per day until compliance is achieved.
So I can see the non-landscaped area there. And then the non-landscaped swale. What did the property owner tell you?
So basically, she didn't really understand why the city had any say-so and if she can park on the grass or not. So that was pretty much the conversation. It's her property.
That wasn't terribly helpful, huh? All right, in case CE 210600011, I make the following findings of fact and law. If I notice is sufficient, I find the property in violation of the listed code sections. Respondent has 30 days to come to compliance or fine of $100 per day may issue.
Number 22 4302 Greenwood Avenue, CE 210600154.
Natalie Clark, City of West Palm Beach Code Compliance. 4302 Greenwood Avenue was cited on 6/9/21. The property was posted on 6/17/21 and certified mail was sent on 6/10/21. The property was cited for 74-34A1J, 94-442C1, 94-442E. I've had contact with the property manager. The property remains in violation of all code sections. The city is asking for a split order for code sections 74-34A1J. The city is asking for an additional 10 days or $25 per day. For code sections 94-442C1 and 94-442E, the city is asking for an additional 30 days or $100 per day until compliance is achieved.
What did the property manager tell you?
Excuse me?
What did the property manager tell you?
So basically, he stated that the address listed on the property appraiser's website is an old address. So for some reason, the tenants didn't give him the notice and they weren't receiving the certified mail. So I did advise him that it is the property owner's responsibility to make sure that address is updated as the city sends it to that address on the property appraiser's website.
Did they indicate they're going to be able to bring the property into compliance?
He did.
Does he understand the timeframes that you're proposing here today?
Yes, they're in the process of installing the sod now.
Okay. All right, in CE 21060-154, make the following findings of fact and law. If I notice sufficient, I find the property in violation of the listed code sections as to 74-34A1J. Respondent has 10 days to bring the property in compliance or a fine of $25 per day may issue. As to 94-442C1 and 94-442E, respondent has 30 days to bring the property in compliance or a fine of $100 per day may issue.
Number 233808 Westview Avenue, CE 21060-157.
Natalie Clark, City of West Palm Beach Code Compliance. 3808 Westview Avenue was cited on 6/10/21. The property was posted on 6/17/21 and certified mail was sent on 6/10/21. The property was cited for 22-32A, 18-162A, 74-34A1J, 94-442C1, and 94-442E. The property has since complied with all code sections with the exception of 94-442C1 and 94-442E. The city is asking for an additional 30 days or $100 per day until compliance is achieved, and I've had contact with the property manager.
So we're just left with the landscaping,
Correct.
and they understand they have to get that done within 30 days?
Yes, they've already started.
All right, in case CE 21060-157, I make the following findings of fact and law. If I notice is sufficient, I find the property in violation of 94-442C1 and 94-442E. Respondent has 30 days to come to compliance or a fine of $100 per day may issue.
Number 24390136 Court, CE 21060-281.
Natalie Clark, City of West Palm Beach Code Compliance. 3901 36 Court was cited on 6/17/21. The property was posted on 6/17/21 and certified mail was sent on 6/18/21. The property was cited for 94-71C, 18-106A, and 22-35B. I've had contact with the property manager. The city is asking for a split order for code sections 9471C. The city is asking for an additional 10 days or $100 per day. For code section 18106A, that's a repeat violation. That was out of compliance for 25 days. The city is asking for $200 per day at 25 days, which is $5,000.
My math isn't that great, but $200 per day for 25 days is more than $1,000.
Oh, I didn't say 1,000, it's 5,000.
I'm sorry?
It's $5,000.
$5,000.
Yes, yes. Okay.
Tell me about the clean and sanitary issue.
Okay, so basically there's a dumpster which they're supposed to put the trash in, and that's where it's being dumped. So it's just being dumped on the side of the dumpster, and it's a continuous issue. So the property is constantly being cited for the same issue, which seems to be at least once a month. It's a sanitation violation or a code violation. So I've had contact with the property manager. It's an ongoing issue.
They understand that this is a repeat violation?
Yes.
All right, in case CE 2106028, to make the following findings of fact on the Wi-Fi notice is sufficient. I found the property in violation of 9471C, or the respondent to come into compliance with that within 10 days or a fine of up to $100 per day may issue. I've heard further that the property is in violation of 18106A. Make further finding that said violation constitutes a repeat violation under the Code of the City of West Palm Beach. I hereby find 25 days of violation and assess a fine of $200 per day for a total fine of $5,000.
Thank you.
Number 26, 2101 Okeechobee Boulevard, Bremen Motor Cars, CE 210400471.
Officer Williams, City of West Palm Beach, Code Enforcement. This property was cited on April 22nd, 2021. The certified mail was sent April 23rd, 2021. That was received April 26th, 2021. The property was hand-delivered and City Hall was posted on July 9th, 2021. I've had no contact with the owner. I did speak with one of the employees there, one of the salesmen. That's me handing him the note with who they needed to call to give that to the GM. They were cited for 22-32-A and 82-144, their business tax receipt being delinquent. As of this morning, that is still delinquent. The city, for 82-144, we're asking for a one-time fine of $250, and for 22-32-A, the city is requesting 30 days to bring that into compliance, or a $100 a day fine thereafter.
Have you had contact with the company?
Yes.
They explain why they haven't paid their business tax?
The gentleman I spoke to, he was just a salesman there. He wasn't a manager or anything like that. The GM was not in. He left the letter there on the GM's desk. To date, no one has contacted me as to why, to find out why they haven't paid their business tax receipt with the city. So I haven't spoken to the owner or any other manager there.
And you've already described proper notice, so it's interesting they didn't respond, huh? All right, in case CE 210400471, to make the following findings of fact and law. If I notice is sufficient, I found the property in violation of 2232A and 82144. As to 82144, I issue a one-time fine in the amount of $250. As to 2232A, respond has 30 days to come into compliance, or a fine of $100 per day issue.
Number 27 is complied, 3520 Whitehall Drive, Forever Young of Palm Beach, CE 210400477. Number 28, 1801 Palm Beach Lakes Boulevard, Sparrows, CE 210400651.
Officer Williams, City of West Palm Beach, Code Enforcement. This particular property was cited on April 30th, 2021. Certified mail was sent on May 3rd, 2021. That was received May 5th, 2021. The property was hand-delivered and City Hall posted on July 9th, 2021. I did speak to the manager on the day the notice was hand-delivered and explained what needed to be done. As of this morning, they also have not brought their business tax receipt to current, and it is delinquent, so they were cited for 22-32-A and 82-144. The city is requesting for 82-144 a one-time fine of $250 be imposed, and for 22-32-A, the city is requesting 30 days to bring that into compliance, or a $100 a day fine thereafter.
So you spoke to the manager, so you know business is still operating there?
Yes, sir. I spoke to the manager as well as the management company there, who did confirm that the business was still in operation.
All right, in case CE 210400651, to make the following findings of fact and law. If I notice is sufficient, I find the property in violation of 2232A and 82144. As to 82144, I issue a one-time fine of $250. As to 2232A, respondent has 30 days to come to compliance, or fine of $100 per day issue.
Number 29, 1700 45th Street, Guyland Store, CE 210400664.
That one's complied.
Number 31, 4408 North Shore Drive, CE 210600487.
Officer Williams, City of West Palm Beach, Code Enforcement. This property was cited on June 30th, 2021. The certified mail was sent out July 1st, 2021. That was received July 3rd, 2021. The property was hand-delivered and City Hall posted on July 9th, 2021. I have spoken to the owner and some of the residents that live in the home there. They are, aware of what needs to be done and are willing to make the needed adjustments to get everything compliant. They were originally cited for 94-302-A-3, 94-302-A-4, 94-47-B-1, and 94-71-C. As of this morning, 94-47-B-1 has been complied. However, the rest of the violations are still present.
That's the prohibited vehicles that were removed?
Yes, sir. So there was a forklift there in the driveway, and as well as a hand truck that the business across the street was storing on her property. Those have since been removed. She's willing to do the rest of the work, get the fence repair done, and apply for the permits and get the rest of the items that were stored outside cleaned up. She is 9 months pregnant, so she requested 30 days. So city would like to request 60 days to bring that into compliance, or $100 a day thereafter, due to the fact of the scope of the work that needs to be done. And then she does have an adolescent child who is in the hospital from a car accident. So I think 60 days would be, she thinks 30 days would be sufficient, but just in case she runs into any complications, I would like to give her 60 days.
All right, in case CE 2106047, make the following findings of fact and law. Find notice is sufficient from the property in violation of listed code sections except for 94487B1. Respondent has 60 days to come to compliance or fine of up to $100 per day issue.
Thank you.
Number 32, 3908 Shelley Road South, CE 2105088.
Good morning, City of West Palm Beach Code Compliance Officer Paul McFarland. On May 15th, the property at 3908 Shelley Road South was cited for exterior paint, structure in need of paint. The property was posted June 1st, 2021. Certified mail was sent May 18th. Certified mail was received May 21st. On the time of posting, I did speak with the property owner's wife, and I did outline the violations. As of yesterday, violations still remain. City's requesting 30 days to bring the property into compliance, or $50 a day until compliance is achieved.
Well, definitely looks like it needs paint, huh?
It's been like that for like 3 months, so I've given an opportunity to get it done. Cause I do see it's a stucco work, so I gave him the benefit of the doubt to get it painted. And he didn't even take the time to reach out to me.
So you want to give him 30 days or $50 a day?
Yes, sir.
All right, in case CE 2105018, I make the following findings of fact and law. Find notice is sufficient to find the property in violation of 18103J. Respondent has 30 days to come to compliance or fine of $50 per day issue.
Number 33, 4001 Shelley Road South, CE 2105089.
Good morning, Paul McFarland, City of West Palm Beach Code Compliance Officer. On May 15th, the property at 4001 Shelley Road South was cited for safe egress, secure vacant property, failure to comply, and boarding certificate required. The property was posted June 1st, 2021. Certified mail was sent May 18th. Certified mail was returned May 23rd. It appears that there was a fire at this residence. They never secured a boarding certificate. The boards were not properly secured at the front entrance. But as of yesterday, the property has been secured with a front door. So the safe egress has complied, and the secure vacant property has complied, and the failure to comply has complied. The only thing that remains is a boarding certificate for the boards that remain on the windows. With that being said, city's recommending 10 days to come into compliance or $50 a day until compliance is achieved.
How long does it take to get a boarding certificate?
Immediate. Fill out the application, they hand it to you once you make payment.
Well, that seems then 10 days is fairly reasonable to me. Any contact with any owners here?
I haven't had no contact with anyone. It seems like when I posted it, they took action, because shortly thereafter, the front door was put back. But you can clearly see it was a fire. So the door being put back takes care of it being secured, but the boards on the windows does require a permit.
Okay, in CE 21050-189, to make the following findings of fact and law, if I notice is sufficient to find the property in violation of 18265, respondent has 10 days to bring property in compliance or fine of $50 per day may issue.
Number 34, 3827 Heat Circle North, CE 210600033.
Good morning, City of West Palm Beach Code Compliance Officer Paul McFarland. On 6-3, the property at 3827 Heat Circle North was cited for clean and sanitary, excessive growth, failure to comply, trash can placement, obstruction of right-of-way, and swell maintenance. Property was hand-delivered June 9th. Certified mail was sent June 9th. Certified mail was received June 14th. As of yesterday, the property has come into compliance with the clean and sanitary, excessive growth, failure to comply, trash can placement, and swell maintenance. The only violation that still remains is 78-1, obstruction of right-of-way. I did try to make an attempt to reach out to the property owner, because it is a rental property. They do have a rental license on file, but the information did not pan out. I also made contact with the tenants and outlined the violations. They made every attempt to try to cure those violations, but when they park in the driveway, they're still blocking the sidewalk. With that being said, city's recommending 10 days to come into compliance or $100 a day until compliance is achieved.
An odd one. They did all the hard things. They did the stuff that takes time and effort, and the one thing
Yeah,
they're
the
not
easy
doing
stuff they didn't want to do. What it is, magistrate, it's a normal occurrence in the neighborhood. I try to send out notices when I do see it. So it's monkey see, monkey do there.
All right. In case CE 210600033, I make the following findings of fact and law. If I notice sufficient, find the property in violation of 78-1, respondent has 10 days to come to compliance or fine of $100 per day may issue.
Number 35, 3075 45th Street, CE 210600306.
Good morning, City of West Palm Beach Code Compliance Officer Paul McFarland. On June 18th, the business at 3075 45th Street was cited for prohibited banners and balloons and prohibited portable signage. The business was posted June 28th. Certified mail was sent June 21st. Certified mail was returned July 2nd. As of yesterday, the big banner sign out there has been removed, but it did not comply by June 28th, the original reinspection date. So with that being said, city's recommending a finding of fact on this one.
So the only sign at issue is that big banner sign?
Yes, and some small ones along the roadway. That was the portable signage.
And those were removed as well?
Yeah, they removed it as of yesterday, but they were still there when I posted the property, which was the reinspection date as well.
So you're looking for a finding of fact that they were in violation but haven't complied, have complied but not until after the compliance date?
Correct, Magistrate.
All right, in case CE 210600306, to make the following findings of fact and law. If I notice is sufficient to find the property having been in violation of 94402B.2-2 and 94402B.2-5. Respondent has come into compliance but after the required compliance date.
Thank you.
Number 36 is complied, 5018 Ellery Terrace, CE 21060451. Number 37 is complied, 5083 Ellery Terrace, CE 21060452. Number 38 is complied, 5181 Ellery Terrace, CE 21060454. Number 53, 2624 North Australian Avenue, CE 21060148.
Ray Leung, City, West Palm Beach, code compliance. 2624 North Australian Avenue was initially cited on 6/9 of 21 with the notice of violation hand-delivered to the owner and posted in City Hall on 7/1 of 21. Certified mail was sent on 6/10/21. Property was cited for 18103B and 94485E. Contact has been made with the owner, who did request additional time. The owner stated they are building a Kimberland Farms at this location and in the process of obtaining the required demo permit. Therefore, Special Magistrate, the city requests an additional 90 days to obtain the demo permit or comply all code violations, or a fine of $250 per day be imposed.
Cumberland Farms, huh?
Yes, sir.
All right, in case CE 21060148, I make the following findings of fact and law. I find notice is sufficient. I find the property in violation of the listed code sections. Respondent has 90 days to come to compliance, or fine of up to $250 per day may issue.
Thank you.
Number 54, 3406 Greenwood Avenue, CE 21060152.
Ray Leung, City, West Palm Beach, code compliance. 3406 Greenwood Avenue was initially cited on 6/9 of 21 with the notice of violation posted at the property and City Hall on 7/1/21. Certified mail was sent on 6/10/21. Property was cited for 34102B and 9471C. Contact has not been made with the owner, but 9471C, the outdoor storage was complied. 34102B still remains. Special Magistrate, the city requests an additional 10 days to come into compliance, or $100 per day until compliance is achieved.
Is that the
inoperable
white vehicle without the
Correct.
license plate?
Correct.
And the inoperable condition is the lack of being licensed?
Oh, yes, sir.
All right, CE 21060152, make the following findings of fact and law. I find notice is sufficient. I find the property in violation of 3410TB. Respondent has 10 days to come to compliance, or fine of up to $100 per day may issue.
Thank you.
Number 55, 955 33rd Street, CE 21060290.
Ray Leung, City, West Palm Beach, code compliance. 955 33rd Street was initially cited on 6/18 of 21 with a notice of violation posted at the property and City Hall on 6/22/21. Certified mail was sent on 6/21 of 21. Property was cited for 18106B, 18215B, 7434A1J, and 9471C. Contact has not been made with the owner, but 18106B, the excessive growth, and 18215B, the failure to comply, were complied. All other code sections remain. Therefore, Special Magistrate, the city requests an additional 10 days to come into compliance, or $100 per day until compliance is achieved.
So it's just the garbage can and the outdoor storage?
The garbage can placement and the outdoor storage just needs to be removed, correct.
And you wanted to give them 30 days?
10 days.
10 days. What's the, I can obviously see the garbage can. What's the outdoor storage? Is it
The interior furniture that's in the carport?
It's the material in the carport?
Yes, sir.
And what was the fine you wanted?
I'm sorry?
What fine were you requesting?
10 days for the removal of all outdoor storage and the garbage can, or $100 per day.
All right, in case CE 21060290, make the following findings of fact and law. I find notice is sufficient. Find the property in violation of 7434A1J and 9471C. Respondent has 10 days to come to compliance, or fine of $100 per day may issue.
Thank you.
Number 56 is complied, 923 34th Street, CE 21060293. Number 57, 1009 25th Court, CE 21060295.
Ray Leung, City, West Palm Beach, code compliance. 1009 25th Court was initially cited on 6/18 of 21 with the notice of violation posted at the property and City Hall on 6/30/21. Certified mail was sent on 6/21/21. Property was cited for 82-144, 2232A, 94-315A, and 94-71C. Contact has been made with the owner, who requested more time to comply all violations. Special Magistrate, the city requests requests an additional 45 days to come into compliance or $200 per day until compliance is achieved.
This is 57, right?
57, yes.
And there's a business operating on here?
Yes, it's automotive business with the signage.
You said you haven't had contact with the owner?
Contact has been made with owner. They didn't apply for the licenses yet, and they haven't applied for the permit for the dumpster screening, but they did request more time. 45 days should be more than enough time for that to take place.
All right, in case CE 2106029 I make the following findings of fact and law. If I notice is sufficient, I find the property in violation of listed code sections. Respond as 45 days to come into compliance or fine of $200 per day, Mr.
Number 58, 1013 25th Court, CE 2106026.
Really Young City, West Palm Beach Code Compliance, 1013 25th Court. 25th Court was initially cited on 6/18 of 21 with a notice of violation posted at the property in City Hall on 6/30/21. Certified mail was sent on 6/21/21. Property was cited for 18105J. Exterior paint. Contact has been made with the owner, who did request more time as well. Therefore, the city requests an additional 45 days to come into compliance or $200 per day until compliance is achieved. It's just the paint.
Definitely needs paint.
Yes.
In case CE 2106026, I make the following findings of fact and law. I find notice is sufficient from the property in violation of 18105J. Respondent has 45 days to come to compliance or fine of $200 per day, Mr.
Thank you.
Number 59, 1017 25th Court, CE 2106028.
Rayleigh Young City, West Palm Beach Code Compliance, 1017 25th Court was initially cited on 6/18/21 with a notice of violation posted at the property and City Hall on 6/30/21. Certified mail was sent on 6/21/21. Property was cited for 18105J, exterior paint. Contact has not been made with the owner, and the violation still remains. Special Magistrate, the city requests an additional 45 days to come into compliance or $200 per day until compliance is achieved.
Is it just me, or is that a very similar building to the last case?
Yeah, I think that's the wrong one. Oh, yeah. No, 1017. Yeah. It's on the same street, it's just the neighboring property.
Well, it definitely needs paint.
Yes.
All right, so in case CE 2106028, you were looking to give them the 45 days here?
45 days as well, or $200 per day.
Make the following findings of fact and law. If I notice sufficient, find the property in violation of 18105J. Respondent has 45 days to make property compliance or a fine of $200 per day, Manager.
Thank you.
Number 60, 1021 25th Court, CE 2106029.
Rayleigh Young City, West Palm Beach Code Compliance, 1021 25th Court was initially cited on 6/18 of 21. A notice of violation posted at the property in City Hall on 7/1/21. Certified mail was sent on 6/21/21. Property was cited for 18105J, exterior paint. Contact has not been made with the owner, and this violation still exists. Therefore, the city requests an additional 45 days to come into compliance or $200 per day until compliance is achieved. It's the same owner as the previous property.
Same problem, it looks like.
Yeah, it's the entire street.
All right, in case CE 2106029, I make the following findings of fact and law. If I notice sufficient, find the property in violation of 18105J. Respondent has 45 days to come to compliance or fine of $200 per day, Manager.
Thank you.
Number 61 is complied, 950 28th Street, CE 210601313. Number 63 is complied, 825 34th Street, CE 210600357. Number 64, 3601 Windsor Avenue, CE 2106049.
Rayleigh Young City, West Palm Beach Code Compliance, 3601 Windsor Avenue was initially cited on 6/29 of 21 with the notice of violation posted at the property and City Hall on 6/30/21. Certified mail was sent on 6/30 of 21. Property was cited for 18106B and 18215B. Contact has not been made with the owner, but all code sections did come into compliance, but not by the comply by date of 7/14 of 21. Compliance was achieved on 7/19/21. Therefore, Special Magistrate, the city requests a finding of fact on this case.
They cut the grass.
Just the grass. The grass and the overgrowth just didn't come into compliance by the comply by date of 7/14.
All right, in case CE 210604449, to make the following findings of fact and law, I find notice is sufficient enough on the property having been in violation of 18106B and 18215B. Respondent has since come to compliance, but after the required compliance date.
Thank you.
Number 65 is complied, 815 33rd Street, CE 210604558, and number 66 is complied, 3205 Windsor Avenue, CE 210604883. And then on to the other matters agenda.
Special Magistrate, can we take a recess for until 11:50, 11:50?
Is that when they're set, or
Well, they're set at 11:30.
you want to take a 20-minute break?
10 minute? I'll split the difference at 10 minutes.
All right, why don't we say 11:45?
Thank you.